I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're entering a chilling world where the line between life and death is disturbingly thin. We're talking about a compelling book. It is called Split Soul, Frozen Father, Living Dead. It's written by a terrific author. His name is Hany Fouad. And this haunting psychological thriller explores fractured identity, unresolved family trauma, and a desperate struggle to hold on to morality in a world gone dark. It's a surreal journey of emotion, spirit, and existential reckoning that'll leave you questioning the very nature of good, evil, and everything in between. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. And be sure to download the Spotlight Network TV app streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Hany, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. It's such an honor.
It's an honor to have you on the show. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration to write The Haunting World of Split Soul.
The story behind it's to raise awareness about a lot of fathers are getting unfairness, and a lot of fathers, they commit suicide every day for not being able to know their rights, to seek the rights for, and a lot of fathers who are living like dead because they lost all the emotions or the connection, all the affection to their kids by a simple phone call without any like facts, which reflect some deficit in the family law, which contradict the civil and the criminal law, where one phone call, the accused is guilty until proven innocent, which is completely different than the civil and the criminal law, where the accused has all the burden to prove facts and to prove truth and to prove reality, which are not taken in consideration whatsoever, just out of a precaution, just to be as a precaution measure, as long as the first person make a phone call. And that's I believe that's something that needs to be corrected in the family law, because it does not make sense and it does not make any fairness, and it open a wide door to personal perception and biased, personal sometime, which would that they would judge people based on their own perception, their own vision, their own mentality, not on based on facts. And that puts a lot of fathers or mothers sometimes in this traumatic um, affection, which destroy their mental health, destroy their physical health, destroy their self-esteem, destroy their vision of life, their perception of right and wrong. And it breaks all our unity, our nation, because the nation would break down if you break down the family connection. And that's the first step. If you don't take the right measure to start by 50-50, not 51 for the person who make the first phone call, which opens a lot of unfairness, I would say. And while you're struggling to defend yourself and provide all the proof, which are not taken in consideration whatsoever in family court, you lose all your spirit, your kids, which is your main reason of life, I would say. Yeah. And it breaks down any strong man, and that's why in the Bible they say a man's enemy is within his household. We have to find measure to not to allow this to keep going on, because we're destroying our nation. A lot of people, a lot of parents, fathers or mothers are getting falsely accused, are getting like destroyed for coercive control, for superiority, for all other benefits, which are considered, in my opinion, uncontrolled benefits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Family court is an absolute nightmare, and it's mostly filled with men who have their children taken away from them. And it's completely an unfair system. It's a heartless system. You're right, you are guilty until proven innocent. And every woman or mother out there who wants to have an upper hand on the father or the husband or the dad, or knows all she has to do is say, he's an abuser, and that's it. Your children are taken away. You won't be able to see them for months, maybe years, if ever. And it's a travesty of justice. I mean, just the fact that most of the time the women get the children is unfair. I mean, why does a woman have more rights to a child than a father? It boggles my mind, and I'm sure it boggles your mind as well.
You're right, Logan, but it's not like that. It's not that they have more rights than men. It's basically because of a lot of benefit that are sucked from the federal grants and federal benefit and the government under this, title that we are protecting the woman, we are protecting the kids. We are no longer in the 1200th century. We are in the 24th century, and most of the men and women are educated, are civilized. We have life here. It requires two people to cooperate together, not one person. So we tend to share this responsibility. So no bad, no, dad is not bad. Dad is not bad. It's just a perception that dad is bad, but dad is not bad. Dad has been working hard, has fighting for forever, just to be in connection with his kids. um, it needs correction. It needs correction. It needs provision. It needs review. It needs to rebuild our nation, because those generations growing up are going to be growing up with this no standard, no moral grievance that nothing will fix whatsoever. This time, the time passing, your kids are growing far away from you. You don't know anything about them because you're losing connection for a simple phone call. That's not right. That's not right.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's a cruel system and it needs to be fixed. It needs to be adjusted. It needs to be updated and it needs to be fair. And there has to be consequences as well for somebody who makes false allegations. Tell us about your book. Do you structure it as a novel? Tell us how you tell the story.
I started as a novel, as a awareness, whistleblowing, to raise awareness about your rights, knowing the law, knowing your rights, knowing the consequence of destroying or breaking a solid man or a solid parent whatsoever. It has a huge impact on the long run, not because you're not harming one person, you're harming many person, including the grandparents, including the kids that are growing
Yeah.
up. So you're not just breaking one strong man, because in the Bible they said to steal a strong man house, you have to tie him first. And that's what happened in the family court. They tie the strong man, not the bad man, or the strong person, not the bad person. And which also in the Bible they say a man's enemies are in his household. You cannot take things by superficial vision, saying as a perception from background, saying, oh, back in the time men were bad, men were doing this, we're doing that. No, we're no longer at the same century. We are in different century. We have a different obligation. We have a different education. We have a different civilization. It has to match the civil court. It has to match the criminal court, have it 50-50. So we start the fight on a balanced measure.
Yeah, absolutely. It has to be a level playing field. It has to be equal for both. And this presumption of guilt needs to go away when it comes to family court because it's there. And I know it's done to protect the children. The problem is a lot of parents use it to destroy the other parent. And they know that all they have to do is say, he's an abuser or she's an abuser. And you've set forth hell on the parent who's accused.
You're right, Logan, but I came up to a conclusion. They don't see it this way. They don't focus on destroying the other parent as much as focusing on gaining benefit and
True.
implementing a coercive control. And there is some parents who have malicious co-parenting. So they use this behind the scene, behind the door, where they treat the kids like, hey, we're not gonna, you're not gonna have this fun, we're not gonna go this way. If you keep showing unconditional love to your other parent, our conditional love will supersede and you will be punished. And
Right.
that creates a Stockholm syndrome to the kids. Stockholm syndrome, it's a very, very, very bad and ugly sensation where the kids, the minors, have to align with the custodial parent just to gain this conditional love, and they 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 punish the unconditional loving parent just to please the conditional loving parent,
Yeah.
which turned them into survival mode. It's a survival mode. And unfortunately, nowadays, a lot of men are committing suicide because they don't know the right, they don't know even what's going on, they can't even sustain the grievance of, losing the first events of their kids whatsoever. And that's waiting a lot for a good man, for a good parent in general. That's like a death penalty,
Yeah.
a slow death penalty.
Yeah, it's horrible to be taken away from your children or have your children taken away from you, for you to be vilified, for you to be turned against, you have your children turned against you, is the worst thing in the world that could happen to anyone, a mother or a father. And there's a lot of incentives out there, as you mentioned, including money. I mean, child support is a big thing. If I'm the primary parent, I get all the money. It's a nightmare, and I think the people who really lose the most, in addition to the parent who loses the children, are the children themselves. What do you hope readers take away from your book? What do you hope they learn? What do you hope they experience?
I hope they try to rebuild morals and standards and understand the human connection. It's very important. You are not harming one person, you are harming many people around, including the kids, of course. And it's destructive to our nation on the long run, because we, as a baby boomer, at a certain point, we are going to be paying the price of this raising, unmoral and unfaithful generation.
Yeah, absolutely. There are high prices to be paid. I think your book is a great wake-up call. It is called Split Soul, Frozen Father, Living Dead. It is an amazing, haunting psychological thriller that explores fractured identity, unresolved family trauma, and a desperate struggle to hold on to morality in a world gone dark. It is a surreal journey of emotion, spirit, and existential reckoning that'll leave you questioning the very nature of good, evil, and everything in between. And it is something that every parent should read, because you never know. It could happen to you, and you want to be prepared. Hany, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thanks, Logan. I just want to add one thing from
Sure.
Solomon verses. What happened to the fool happened to me. That's Solomon in the Bible. So if things can happen, to anyone, it's better to be prepared and to raise awareness about how this impacts, everybody in the world, I would
Yeah.
say.
Absolutely. It's a great impact, and it's a nightmarish scene that's played out in counties and cities across America, where parents are denied their rights and are denied their children, and families are irreparably harmed. Uh, Haney, thank you so much for being my guest here today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much, Logan.
I appreciate your time, your insight, and your wisdom. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.